Hi there, I'm Esme, and I'm here to show you how I turn this into this, or even this. At the very start of our journey, we have a process called wedging. This is where any air bubbles that are inside the clay get squished out. It's important because once the air is in the kiln, it will expand and could cause an explosion, which sounds really exciting, but isn't what we want. After all the air is out the clay, we can begin weighing it out to be thrown on the pottery wheel. I use 2 kilos of clay for jugs and casserole dishes, 1 kilo for my soup bowls, and 500 grams for beakers. Here's some of my favourite pottery tools that I use to define the shape of my pots. I use my sketchbook in front of me while throwing. This keeps the forms that I want fresh in my mind. And sometimes it goes really well. And other times we have a few flops. Here I am looking super happy with my outcome for the day. And the next stage is trimming, which is exactly what it sounds like. Here you can see me using a tool to remove any excess clay and reveal the shape of a jug. And here you can see me measuring the size of a foot ring with some calipers. After the pots have been trimmed, I can add any handles or additions. Here you can see me using a confident downward motion to pull a handle from a ball of clay. These can then be set out to dry a little bit before attaching to the pot. Before any decoration, I plan out my colour palettes and draw different surface designs in my sketchbook. This is my greatest reference before applying the coloured underglaze. Here you can see me using a banding wheel to apply the colour. This helps me to create a continuous line around the circumference of my pieces. These are the sponges that are most commonly used for application. And here's a time lapse of me painting my plates, a process that I find particularly therapeutic. It's important not to apply the underglaze too thickly, otherwise it'll crack too thin and you won't be able to see the colour properly. Here's a quick before it goes in the kiln. And here you can see me loading the kiln with work, ready to slowly fire them to 1060 degrees. This is once they come out of the first firing, and you can see the colours stand out so much more against the white clay body. The underglaze is now fixed on the surface, ready for application of glaze over the top. I use a spray booth to cover the pieces with an even layer of glaze, rotating the piece on a banding wheel as I go. If the glaze application is too thin, then the glaze will become patchy when fired, but applied too thick and it'll shiver and flake off. Once the glaze is applied to each piece, the work can carefully be placed back into the kiln for its final firing. I hold it at top temperature to allow any excess gases to be released from the clay and glaze, and after a final quality check, the work is ready to be photographed. This is what they should look like. I hope you've enjoyed my process video, and thank you so much for watching.